Good morning. Welcome to 5 a.m. Squat Club, the place where busy men stop drifting and start building the lives that they know that they're meant for. This morning, we've got an active recovery session. If you sit all day, your hips, your ankles, probably your lower back are getting stiff, tight, maybe even painful. So this morning, we are counteracting the effects of sitting all day. But first, if you're new here, we've got a full morning routine. We're going to prime our minds, warm the body up, get our active recovery routine, and then maybe most important of all, we're going to take action on our goals to build the life that we know we're meant for. Step one, let's prime our minds, choose our first thoughts. Let's go. All right, team. So first step, what we're looking at, no. Touch the computer there. Okay, we're back. So you're going to get into a squat, feet underneath the hips, heels planted on the ground, and this is going to be a big position that we're going to use today. If you feel like you're going to fall over, you can grab a counterbalance in the form of a weight or some sort of critter if it's attacking you. While we're here, we're going to prime our minds. We're choosing our intention for the day, setting our breath, and what that looks like is a 4-second inhale, 4-second hold, 4-second exhale, and a 4-second hold again while we prime the mind. So first one is I am responsible, and this is the big one because if you've got goals, if there's something that you want in your life, nobody's going to do it for you. That's why we get up early, we take action, because that's the only way. Next is I will make time between stimulus and response. So, if you're snappy, reactive, potentially like myself, can you take a minute in that moment of stress, breathe, and give a better response so that all around us don't get the snappy asshole? Next is I have all I need to succeed today, and we'll focus on progress over perfection. This is a reframing from I don't have the resources to I can be more resourceful with what I have. And if you think about that way, you have all you need and you can make progress. And the last is I choose gratitude. So I need to focus on the fact that there are good things, seeing those positives to balance out the fact that I'm driving and working and trying to improve the whole time. All right. Let's move. Oh, button's not there. All right. So even though it is active recovery day and we're not getting crazy intense here this morning, we are still going to warm up the body a little bit in order to get into the best positions that we can for our active recovery. We're going to get warmed up. So hands on the floor, lay yourself down fully on the ground, and then we're going to get back up. And we'll take a little hop and clap overhead just to celebrate the fact that we are up and at it. So 2 minutes here, nice and easy. You can increase the pace as you go, but really what we're doing is just getting a little bit of blood flowing so that when we get into our active recovery session, our hips, ankles, and everything are warmed up, loosened up, and ready to go. So if you are a sitter, and realistically, even if you don't sit all day for a job, we spend a lot of time sitting. We spend a lot of time in positions that are unnatural to humans because we've created them. And as a result, tissues shorten and lengthen in ways that are a little bit less natural. And as a result, they pull on different spots in the body and create stiffness, discomfort, potentially pain. And if you don't take care of those areas, that can eventually be limiting in your ability to, do the fun things that you want, and at a, even higher level, be able to do your daily activities. So taking this type of session seriously seems to be becoming more and more important as we age, because those effects compound. So if I sit, for a little bit each day for a year, not a big deal. If I do it for 5, starting to add up. If I do it for 10, 20 years, starting to get pretty tight. So that's what we are working on today. Take a breath. We're going to get into it. So we'll take a quick peek at our movements here for today. Show the little video. So we got three movements. We're going to go every minute on the minute for 15. Paleo Squat, Cossack Squat, and a split squat. Split squats coming in here. So let's go over those, but pretty simple. So the first one is our Paleo Squat. We do this one all the time. Feet underneath the hips, and you're just gonna come down into that passive squat. If this is not accessible, what you can do is either elevate the heels, right? Put something, maybe like a little book underneath the heels, or just hold on to a counterbalance. Obviously, a dog is not a very good option as they move, but a dumbbell or a kettlebell or something out in front, and we're just gonna hang out here. Minute number 2, we're gonna get into our Cossack squat. So a nice wide stance. We're coming down into a squat on one side and then switching it over to the other. What we're aiming for here is that the knee stays in line with the foot, the heel stays on the ground on that squatting leg, and then we're getting the hip below the knee. There will be some modifications on this one, obviously. If you don't have the flexibility, range of motion, whatnot, one option is just to hold a counterbalance out in front so that as you come down into that squat, you reach it forwards. Obviously, the heavier the counterbalance, the more effect you're gonna have from that. So if you really can't get down, grab a heavier weight, or grab yourself a rope or a strap or something, hang it over your door, and then pull on that as you squat down, keep it out in front. And the last one is our split squats. You're gonna get basically into a lunge position. A lunge position. We're gonna drop that back knee and then press back out. And the focus here is this back hip flexor. Go away, dog. So that at the top of that position, you wanna squeeze the butt, push the hip forward, and open up. So we're getting 2 movements that we're closing up the hip and finding range of motion, and then one where we're opening it up, working against the effects of sitting. So take a minute, set up your space, get whatever you need for today's EMOM. Maybe a mat, maybe just a little bit of space, and we are gonna get on it. Let me know in the chat, team, if we're here. How many days have we been doing the 5 a.m. squat club? Don't think my left knee will ever be normal again. A little bit, yeah, work around it, right? Find the positions you can do pain-free. Find that range of motion that works, and just ease in. You can always increase range as you go. Just work with what is accessible right now. Morning, Jabes. If you sit all day and you're starting to feel some back pain from it, it's because your hip flexors are pulling on your spine. These 3 squat variations are going to help open up the hips, strengthen them, and give you better low back comfort. Let's go. All right, team. So we've got 15 minutes today, 3 movements, 5 rounds through them. As we go through, you're going to notice the opening up of the hips and the health feeling moving forward after this session. So our 3 movements. First is just the human squat. So feet go underneath the hips. We're gonna come down into a full squat, passive here. We're not trying to work for staying upright. We're just relaxing down. If this is really hard to do, not accessible, you could elevate your heels, right? You could put your heels up on some plates or hold something out in front. Hold a counterbalance. Try to keep those heels on the ground, knees in line with the feet. We're gonna hang out here for a minute. Movement 2, minute 2 is our Cossack squat. So nice wide stance, and we're basically doing a single leg squat on one side, shifting over to the other, alternating that for the minute, maintaining the heel on the ground in the squat, the knee in line with the foot. And if that's not accessible, you can hold something out in front, or even hold on to like a rope or a strap out in front to keep you from going backwards. And then movement number 3 is a split squat. So Paleo Squat, Cossack Squat, split squat. Nice long stance. Keeping the torso tall, you're gonna drop the knee to the floor. Maple, you're in the way. And then when you stand, we're squeezing the butt cheek on that back leg to open up the hip flexor. So set up your space. We're gonna get started here. I will talk you through those as we go if you're not sure yet. 15 minutes, 5 sets of each. Let's go. Good morning, team. Okay. Tunes. Let's do it. So Paleo Squat is first. 10 seconds. 5. Maybe bring your water with you on this one. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, Maple, please no. So this is one of the positions that I like to say is natural to human existence, right? This is a position that if you can't do, maybe please go. I like to think that, you know, we've gotten away from being human. You know, I talk about this chair business a good deal, that we sit in these chairs, we get away from our natural positions, and like realistically, this is where we poop, where we rest. In a lot of cultures still, this is where we eat. And as North Americans, or as you know, Western Earthers, we have gotten away from it and we've lost the capacity. So this is the most simple return to natural hips. So we got 4 more times through this. You're gonna find that they'll get looser and looser as we go. Let's go to our Cossack Squat now. So nice wide stance. You could even just start out hanging out there, right? You're gonna find a pull through the groin here. And that may be enough to start. From there, you can start shifting over to one foot. You notice I'll take that 4 foot of the other foot off the ground, really focusing on keeping the knee in line with the foot. Notice the arm is out as a counterbalance. If I bring my arms back, it's far harder to maintain that position. We'll do a little shifting. You're gonna find you're gonna get a good stretch through the groin there, probably on both sides. And all of that is just gonna leave the hips feeling so much better after this. But most people are just not even putting their hips through any types of challenging positions. If I got that on 90 seconds again. I think we do. We're gonna reset that. Can you believe this? No, that's a minute. What? What is this thing doing? 1, 0. Okay, we're restarting. Can you believe this? 10 seconds. I was counting for more than a minute. I don't know what happened. Okay, we're coming back in the Paleo Squat. Restart. 3, 2, 1. So, back at it. Same thing, right? Getting into our human squat, Paleo Squat position. That clock. What's it doing? So your goal here is just to slow down the breathing. Find yourself, I was gonna say a comfortable position, but this might be uncomfortable. You might find that this is really tough. If so, just try to breathe, right? Try to stay there. And just focus on the breathing. If this position is not challenging, Maple, go. This is an opportunity to continue with your box breath and focus on that 4-second inhale, 4-second hold, 4-second exhale, 4-second hold. That'll allow you to calm as well as we go. Ryan, good morning. All right. Attempt 2, Cossack. That looks like it's on a minute. I don't know what happened to that clock. So once again, shifting, arms are out in front as a counterbalance, really focusing on keeping that knee in line with the foot. Stop, dog. Stop. You can stand, shake it out in between. Maple pull. Nope. Fighting for the heel on the floor, right? Reaching as a counterbalance. You're gonna feel the hips. You're gonna feel the adductors. Another 20 seconds. You can always, take it easy here. Do 2 or 3 reps. You could do more. Just easing in. Finding that, feeling those stretches through the legs. All right, we're going to our split squat. So we're gonna go 30 seconds per side, just nice and slow. And the main focus here is as you stand, squeeze the butt cheek of the back leg. Right, you're trying to get a pull in that front hip flexor, in the back hip flexor, by squeezing the butt, not allowing yourself to lean over at the top. Switch. That burns. Right, so this may just look like a lunge if you're not focusing on that squeeze. So at the top, you're really squeezing the butt, and you're gonna find it gets tighter and tighter in that hip flexor as you stand and squeeze. Really pulling on that front hip flexor. If you're not feeling that, push the hips forwards even more. And we're going round 2. Back to our squat. 3, 2, 1. All right, we're on it now. We had a competition at the gym yesterday, so I had 4 workouts and my body is feeling stiff. Definitely a little bit sore, lower body, upper body. So I know that this is gonna make me feel better. You know, this is an opportunity to recover. It's also an opportunity, depending on what your flexibility looks like, to just work, right? To improve your positions, improve your hips and your low back's resilience and capacity. So it doesn't matter where you're at. A session like this is always going to be beneficial. And it's the type that some people skip because it seems boring, but potentially the most beneficial one. All right, we're going back to Cossack in 5. 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Feel free to just start opening up the groin here a little bit with just a standing pancake, hinging over, opening up the groin a little bit, and then getting into that squat. Mess around with the other leg. Stay active. You can make it passive. Move through both ends of the spectrum. Try to keep that chest up. We're active. You should feel after this like you've never sat in a chair for a minute. That being said, those benefits aren't going to last all day, and that's why it's important to keep doing these. Right? We do this once a week at a minimum. But if you're really sore and tight in the hips, you can do it every day. All right, back to our split squats. Go ahead. Right, if you're someone who really sits a lot and those hips are tight and the hips are pulling on the low back and you're just feeling all that discomfort, you could do this every morning. Right, start your day with this. Or if you are sitting for work, do this afterwards as well. And then you're gonna find that those detriments that come as a result of sitting don't add up as much. Maybe you don't even have any of them. Maybe you just completely counteract those discomforts or those tensions by taking this seriously. Once again, we're really focusing on squeezing that back butt cheek here. That's what's opening up the front hip. All right, back to the Paleo Squat. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, I feel those. I feel all of the inner thigh from yesterday. I like to say, that during these active recovery sessions, or as a result of the active recovery session, you should almost feel like you want to work out. Right? You get out of this session and the body feels warmed up and loosened up and prepped, such that you could feel good hitting a workout. We're just not going to. We're going to save that for tomorrow and make sure that we're giving our bodies a nice recovery and the ability to get back on track for intensity for the next day, right? Intensity is our most important variable. But if you're not taking care of your body, if you're not maintaining it, intensity is going to be real hard. So, we're taking our mobility and our recovery seriously. 3, 2, 1, Cossack. And making sure that the way that I like to think about it is that we're not becoming like products of human invention. And as crazy as that sounds, and as much as we are, because we're living in this world of AI and whatever, at least physically, can we maintain our human capacities? Right? Can we still move like humans used to and probably should? You know, do we have the flexibility, strength, control of all of our joints that we should? You know, can I spread my toes? Can I even do that? You know, there's a great test if you're a desk worker, or, you know, even just not super physically active or conscious of your body. Can you move your toes? Can you wiggle them? Can you spread them? All right, split squat. If you think about, you know, populations that don't wear shoes, you know, maybe some tribes or whatever, like their feet are basically hands. And humans should have that capacity, but we wear shoes and we wear socks and we just do things that are not human. And as a result, we lose those capacities, whereas we should be much stronger, much more flexible, and have capacity to do things that probably that we would think was, you know, ridiculous. I like to think of the idea of like Tarzan or something like that, you know, we can move through nature and our natural world with ease. And there are a lot of people that cannot, right? They can barely move through their daily lives because this human existence we have is pretty bad for us. 2, 1, go ahead. It's definitely set up to allow you to be comfortable, and as a result, right, if you choose comfort, be it with your food choices, be it with your exercise choices, be it with your habits in general, you don't get the most out of life. You get default. Whereas if you stay conscious of, hey, what should my body be able to do? What should my mind be able to do? What types of capacities should I have? Flexibility, whatever. And you work towards those things, you have a different life. You have a different body and a different experience in this life. So focusing on what should my body be able to do and how can I get there if I can't seems simple enough, but a lot of people are not doing it. Right? You only have one body. If you don't care for it, it's going to give up on you eventually. 3, 2, 1. Back to Cossack. Right? You might find that one of these 3 movements, or all of them, are very challenging. And if so, that's good. Do them more. Right? The things that we struggle with are areas of improvement or potential areas of improvement. Right? It's an opportunity to get better. There's a place for specializing. Right? You know, I could be you call me a exercise specialist. But what I don't want to do is just specialize in like one type of movement or one type of training. I want to be as well versed and capable in as many things as I can, because that's the human way. So in life, yes, I want to specialize in something and get really good at it. But with my switch, with my body, I want to be a generalist. Once again, we're squeezing the butt cheek on that back leg, open up the hip flexor. I want to be a generalist in my fitness. Right? If I specialize, meaning, you know, maybe I focus on powerlifting, squat, bench, deadlift, and I get really strong with those, that's cool. But personally, I think it's more cool to have capacity in all areas. Right? Powerlifters generally aren't going to be very flexible. They're not going to have a lot of endurance. They're not going to be as powerful. You know, maybe add in some weightlifting, add in some running, add in some squatting, add in some flexibility work. Right? You are only as good, switch at 30. You're only as good as your weakest link. So being a generalist with your body and your fitness, I think is much more advantageous. So you want to have capacity in all the different ways. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Right? So some people will find this flexibility work very challenging, whereas some people find this easy, and other things that those other people find very challenging, well, you get the idea. Vice versa. You know, I don't mind the flexibility stuff, but give me a heavy barbell and I'm going to struggle. And generally, the people who are great with a heavy barbell will struggle with this. So you want to find the most well-rounded version of yourself, identify your weaknesses, just like we talk about in our homework, and then take action on them. Right? Do more of the things that your body is lacking, be it flexibility, strength, speed, power, agility, coordination, whatever it is. There are tasks that you can use to work on those skills to find more balanced fitness. And the more balanced you are with your fitness, the more useful you are in real life as a human. 3, 2, 1. Cossack, this is our last round, team. Flying. So, this type of session, that ankle doesn't want to close as much, is super beneficial. One, for our heads, just to like slow it down a little bit and take it easy a little bit, although this isn't fully easy. And in another sense that it's great for our bodies, right? A lot of us are focusing on the intensity and pushing the load and improving our, strength and fitness, although this is included in fitness in my definition, and we neglect the slow down. We neglect the flexibility, we neglect just the lower intensity session and the opportunity to breathe and calm. All right, last minute, back to our split squats. Really thinking about squeezing the butt cheek on the back leg. And we're done after this one. Obviously, you could always go and do the whole thing again. You could go and, do some hanging work or something as well, but just taking it easy, loosening up the body, recovering, so that tomorrow and for the rest of next week, push that pace again, get back on our intensity. Last 30 seconds, really squeezing the butt on that back leg. Squeeze it hard, you should feel a good pull in the front. Especially on this side for me. You may notice the one side is way different than the other. It just means you need to do more on that side. Oh, it's so tight. Whew. Burns too. 5, 3, 2, 1. There we go. So as I keep saying here, this is something that you can do regularly. It's not going to leave you beat up. But if you're feeling stiff, or you sit at a desk a lot and you know that, we're pulling on the low back because of that hip flexor, then get on it. Get on it more often than not. Open up the hips. If you like this, hit the thumbs up button and join us for another workout. Yeah. All right, how we doing, team? How we feel there? Let's walk it around and we'll sit down and breathe and do our homework. All right. So you know what I'm gonna do? Just a little quad stretch here. This dog is gonna get right in the way, but just bending that knee. You can't even see me. Just getting one knee bent, pointing straight forward. You can have your knees close together, and if you want more, you can lean back on it. Just getting a little quad stretch here. We probably don't need a huge stretch session because that's basically what we did, but we'll do it anyways and talk about this concept of, I don't need to rag on the sitting. What I will talk about is adaptation, right? Anything you do, and I think that's what we're talking about already, anything you do regularly, consistently, your body is going to adapt. And your mind is going to adapt, right? Any routine that you have, any habits, your mind adapts, right? I mean, my body and my mind have gotten used to waking up early, and now if my alarm doesn't go off, I get up anyways, right? So we can train our bodies to do anything if we choose that thing and do it. Or if we don't choose it, but we do it over and over again, right? I think a lot of people, in terms of sitting, they're not choosing to close their hips and not choosing to make them tight and non-flexible. They just sit for their job and they don't think about it. So the way that I like to think about it is the more conscious you are. I think this is a challenge for us because we're so distracted and there's so many ways that we can we can have our energy stolen by, our devices and whatnot, that we become, we lose presence. We lose our our ability to be observant and conscious of like what we're doing and where our bodies are going and how things feel. I can ask somebody at the gym, hey, where do you feel that, or what's happening? And like their ability to explain it is generally very low because we have little connection with our body. Like if I asked you, hey, which leg do you stand on more than another? Very likely there is one, right? We are unbalanced and we probably shift all the time. And you likely notice if you paid attention, hey, I always stand on this leg and I stand this way. Or when I sit, I always cross one leg over the other. And as a result, we end up twisted and torqued and tight and we don't even recognize it. So getting into a session like this is helpful, but obviously the more present, the more aware you can become of your body and what it's doing generally, not just in the workout, but generally. Like, hey, I've been sitting for 2 hours. Like, what position am I in? How are my shoulders? How is my neck? Where am I? Like, what are my hips doing? And the more conscious we are of that, the more we can counteract the negatives potentially, right? Say, hey, I've been sitting for a long time. I'm going to get up. And just being conscious of that is enough to start making that change. All right, let's talk about homework. So if you are new here, this is more than just fitness, right? We are here for improving our lives and building on our purpose, right? So we take an hour after we exercise. It's 5:30 right now till 6:30, and we work towards the one thing. If you don't know what that means, look at your goal, break it down to what one thing that if I do over and over again will make that goal achievable. They will also make all the other decisions or other possible options for homework easier or unnecessary, right? So if I choose the right thing and I do it over and over again, it gets me there. If I choose the wrong thing, I might get there. It's going to take longer and it's going to be more meandering, but there's one thing that if you do that task over and over again, you are going to get to that result. So I'm just going to show you a couple clips here. This is not necessarily homework clips. We had a competition at the gym yesterday. So I got in 4 workouts yesterday, and that's why I'm feeling a little bit stiff. But this is my gym, and this was the end of the first workout. Everybody was working to establish a 3-rep clean here. I'm going to show you just a few more clips from here. Hopefully we don't get too into the weeds. And really like the takeaway, is this the same one? No, here's me doing some double unders and then I think toes to bar. This was a neat event. It was 4 rounds each, 40 double unders, max toes to bar in the remaining minute, and then your partner went on the next minute. 2 rounds each toes to bar and then 2 rounds each pull-ups. This one was our best workout. We came second overall on this workout and finished 7th on the day, but this was definitely our best one because it didn't have anything heavy in it, and that's where I'm going to do better. Give me some gymnastics and I will do better. What is this one? Oh, this is some synchro burpees. I think I was not suffering as much as my partner, so you'll notice that I got down and kind of waited. There's our head coach, Jeff. You've met him. He's been here on the live stream once in a while. Some burpees, and I think I've got one more video of the clean complex that I did. There we go. This was my last one at 205. Just an example of I need to squat more. As you can see, I'll get under that bar and then really struggle to stand it up. We need to do more squatting in the mornings here, team. And oh, look at that. All right. Okay, team, it is homework time. Make sure you don't go and squander what you've done here. You've gotten up early. We've primed the body. So go and get that homework done by 6:30. Take on the rest of your day and then get back at it tomorrow. Lather, rinse, repeat. The more consistent you are, the better your results. All right, so great job, everybody. Thank you for showing up here. Maple in her parented pose, the floppy flopper. Yeah, Maple is part of the team. She she keeps you amused. She keeps me testing my time between stimulus and response. So you guys have been wicked. Quick shout out to our team members: Jody, Jason, Ryan, Yaroslav, Chris, Adam, Rose, Shirley, Tim, and John. Actually got a comment from John yesterday in London, England. Thanks for joining us. But you guys are all incredible. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button if you're not going to join the team. Hit those reactions. I love it. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow for a little bit of intensity. Let's go. See you guys.